What is up, my big dogs? Ugh, I made myself cringe. Sorry. Hello, it's LpsHoney. I'm using my Doberman custom because I love him. I, for once, didn't lose my mascot. It's right next to me. I just wanted to use my Doberman, so here he is. If you haven't seen my video on him, go check him out. Thanks. Love you. Anyway, today we're opening another Wave 2 G7 LPS pack. I previously opened the camping set. If you haven't seen that video, once again as well, link in the description. Please go check it out. We had an interesting time opening those pets. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest collector set that comes with 5 LPS and a bunch of accessories. So, seeing as y'all in America are moving into winter, Basic Fun decided to release a winter themed collector's pack with a wolf, Clydesdale horse, baby penguin, baby polar bear, and bunny. Personally foaming at the mouth to get this baby polar bear out because I feel like all the budget went into this little guy because he looks amazing. If you want to get this set for yourself, I believe it has been spotted at Meijer in the US, and it's also available on Amazon, which is where I personally bought mine from, so definitely check out those two places. Other than that, I don't know any specific stores that have it in stock, but if you live in a country that has this set, definitely leave it in the comments down below to help out your fellow collectors. Here's the pets on the back of the box. From first glance, the polar bear actually looks white, but I believe it has a metallic sheen on it, which is really cool. So we're gonna get straight into it and open this pack up because I am very excited to see what the quality of this pack is going to be like. Inside, like all G7 packs, you get your pamphlet. This one is for Wave 2. So get your Roblox code. I really hit the ooh with this one. Your collector's card. On the box, it actually shows the polar bear on the collector's card. I got the rabbit. Don't know if it's different for other people, but I just thought I'd mention that. You get a total of 7 accessories, being some snowballs, a little bucket, a silver fish, water bottle, a little can of sardines, a bone, and this blue stripy scarf which has LPS in a chokehold. We have seen it before in Wave 1, so I'd love to see it maybe in a different color if they're going to keep using it. Let's talk about these pets. So we have this Clydesdale horse. It kind of reminds me of an autumn sweater or fall sweater, whatever you want to call it. I will say I think that the head and body kind of look like they don't match fully, at least for me personally. I think there should have been some white on the body just to tie it in better with the hair on the head. Maybe if the tail was white, it would have kind of flowed better, but that's just my opinion. Overall, I do think the design is pretty decent and it seems fairly well painted. There's a little paint smudge around the mouth, but other than that, I can't see any major flaws in his design, and he does have his personality mark only on the one side on his body. It's these little diamonds, and that's kind of what reminds me of a sweater. But yeah, he's pretty good. I have to admit though, I do prefer this side where you can't see the personality mark. I think it looks a lot cuter, and like I said, I just would have loved to have seen a white tail or maybe some white highlights in the tail, something to tie the head and body more together. But other than that, it is a really solid design that I really like. Next we have this bunny, and Basic Fun's been doing this bunny mold a lot, and so far I think this is my favorite iteration of it they've done, and I think that's mainly just because I do really like the colors that they use. This soft baby pastel pink for the body is super adorable, and they've kind of tried to hide the personality mark in the ear. It's a lightning bolt. It's definitely not like distracting or in your face, which is great. But yeah, it doesn't like super fit in there well because it's a bit of an odd shape for the ear. But other than that, I really do like her. Again, it's not like the best bunny mold out of all the LPS bunnies out there, but I do think this one is the best color combination they've done so far. I also really like the blue eyes. They're printed on really well, and it just gives it this cutesy little adorable face. And I don't know, I really like this bunny. Surprisingly, like in the package I was like, she looks fine, but now having her in my hands, I really do like her. The toes are also shiny. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just something they used with the paint, but it looks really cute. This set also gives us the return of the Pet Triplets penguins. This is one of the Pet Triplets molds, and as you just saw, my one has a bit of trouble standing up. His head is constantly tilted to the right. I don't know if that's something with this mold, or maybe I was just unlucky and got like a bad neck joint, but he really just likes to tip this way because his head's leaning that way, which is disappointing. If you look at the neck joint, it does seem like it's been inserted in at a crooked angle, so I think I just got really unlucky with my one, which is annoying because I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about fixing this, because G7 neck pegs are a little different to G2. If you look there on the right side of the neck, it does look like it's glued into place, so it has been glued in wrong, which is why it is constantly leaning to the right and having trouble sitting, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully this is just an issue I had and not like a mass-produced issue that a lot of people see. So if you have this set, let me know if your penguin's head is crooked or not, because I'm really hoping it's just an issue with my one and everyone else's ones is fine. But other than the issue with the head, I do really like this design. I'm a fan of the star on the eye. I know some people didn't like it, but I think it's really cute. He looks like a little rock star, and I like the colors. I think in general the design is quite simple, but it's good. Like, it's a traditional kind of simple LPS design, which I really appreciate. I also love his little tuft of hair on this mold. I just think it's the cutest thing. So yeah, unfortunate about the head mold, but the design in general is really great, and hopefully nobody else has this issue, because I do think it's a really cool pet that a lot of people will like. Then we have this wolf, and unfortunately the quality issues are here with him as well. Visually he looks fine, like I really do like how he looks. He's very similar to a G2 design, which I will show you guys in a minute for comparison, but just like looking at him as he is, you wouldn't think there's anything wrong. However, unfortunately, he suffers from squishy head syndrome that some of the Wave 2 pets have been having. For example, if I squish this bunny's head from the same set, there's like no give. I'm really pushing and it's not going anywhere. Whereas if I squish this guy's head, like, yeah, it's not good. He looks like he ran headfirst into a wall. Like, what is that? I don't know why it's only him in particular. Like, I've squished the other heads in this pack and none of them are squishy. Only this guy. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like the material they're using for this wolf mold or what. But yeah, he does have a very squishy head. I'd say even squishier than Wave 1 pets. Besides that, he does look really great. He has his personality marks above his eyes. They're little like water droplets, but they aren't in your face. They are so nicely blended into the pet. It's very like artistically put there, which I really like. One thing I noticed on my wolf is that he has this gradient effect, but on his body it's only on one side. So the right side on his belly he has the gradient effect, but on the left side he doesn't, and you can really notice it if my camera will focus. Like right down the middle you can see where there is and isn't gradient. Could just be a printing mishap and you don't really notice it that much. But let me go grab the G2 wolf that this is kind of inspired by so we can see them next to each other. Here he is next to our OG G2 version, and I will say straight off the bat, the G2 version definitely does the gradient cleaner. Like, it's more of an airbrushed look, whereas this one is more kind of like a spray paint look. The transition from tan to brown is seamless on the G2 version, whereas on the G7 version it's much more like spray paint. If you've ever used spray paint, you know that it can leave these little speckles when you spray with it from a distance, and that's what this G7 pet looks more like. It's still fine, don't get me wrong, but it is a difference that I wanted to point out between the two of them. The new G7 pet also seems to have a slightly bigger head, and of course the colors are slightly different. The new G7 wolf has more of a copper brown color to it. G7 pet, besides having a bigger head, also has bigger eyes, and the eye color is slightly different, and same with the mouth color, the old one being pink and the new one being more of a red. I honestly think this G7 pet is a great alternative for those of you who don't have the G2 wolf, because he can be a bit pricey. They didn't make a lot of wolves, so if you do want this design, this G7 version would be great for you. I do think it does a really good job at capturing the essence of the G2 wolf, and I really like it because of that. By the way, first person to tell me what this character's name is from my old series, I'll pin your comment because you're an OG fan. But anyway, visually, I think this wolf looks great. Again, great alternative if you don't have the G2 version, and I think it looks different enough that you could pass it off as maybe a brother to the G2 version if you do own it. Not super thrilled about the squishy head, but besides that, I think he's pretty good. I just want to know what y'all are doing to give him such marshmallow heads. Basic fun, like what plastic are y'all using? Anyway, time to get on to the highlight of this pack, at least for me, and that is our pearlescent polar bear cub. Really hope my camera can pick this up, but in the advertising photos, this little guy looks like a white polar bear, but in person, he actually has a pearlescent sheen to him. I will say it's not a super strong sheen, and you can definitely see it more in person than on camera, but it is there. Also, the body is way less shiny than the head with this pearlescent effect. Love this pet so much. It is my favorite out of the whole pack. Like I said, all the budget went into this little guy, okay? The quality of him is amazing. I wish all of Wave 2 was at his quality, because just let me walk you through him, okay? He's got this pearlescent sheen, he has little blue ears, and he also has little like blue marks on his face for his personality marks. They're kind of like little snowflakes. I believe they're meant to be flowers, but we're just gonna say snowflakes because it matches the theme. Got a blue little tuft of fur on his chest to match the ears, as well as super pretty printed on like perfect eyes. He has a little gray nose and red mouth. But then, okay, they went the extra mile, because not only did they give him a gray nose, but they also gave him gray paws, and also on the bottom. I think this is the first G7 pet we've seen where they've actually painted the toes underneath where you can't usually see them, and this is so freaking cool. It's just that little extra bit of detail that I wish they did on all their pets, they did on this guy, and I love him because of that. They also gave him a little blue tip on his tail, and of course a little blue LPS logo, and then, you know, the whole thing's freaking shiny on top of that. Like, he just looks amazing. As you can see, my one kind of stands a little wonky. I don't know why that is, but it's like, oh my god, he is so beautiful. And what's crazy to me is that they didn't even advertise this guy as being like special or shiny or anything like that. They just advertised him as a normal white polar bear cub, and then you get him and he's like 10 times better than you thought. Whoever's in charge of advertising, please advertise this little guy more, because he deserves the spotlight. He is the best Wave 2 pet I have opened so far. If I'm speaking candidly, I'd have to say this is the best Wave 2 pack I've opened so far in general. I've opened some other packs which those videos haven't been released yet, and even compared to them, this is still my favorite pack, just quality wise and the adorable pets that are inside. Yeah, he stands a little wonky. This guy's got a squishy head, and this guy's neck joint makes it almost impossible for him to stand up. But overall, I think these are definitely some of the best designs to have come out of Wave 2. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but based on what I've seen and shown you guys, I really do like this set. I wasn't expecting it to like it as much as I did, because I was mainly just really looking forward to our little polar bear cub, but all the other pets have been great. You know, there's been a few quality issues here and there, and hopefully they are just quality issues for me and I got a bit unlucky. But if you look past that, it's a really good set. So for anyone who hasn't seen this scarf yet, this is what it looks like on an LPS. It is very, very cute. I just hope Basic Fun does some more colors in the future with it. But let me know what you guys think of this set. Were you surprised to find out that the polar bear cub was shiny? Because I definitely was. And if you've been able to buy it in person, which pet has been your favorite so far? I think we all know which one I'm choosing. But there you have it, our latest collector set from Wave 2. I don't think they have any more collector's sets with 5 LPS coming out for Wave 2. They have a few smaller 3 packs and 2 packs, of course. But yeah, this is our only collector pack for Wave 2 that I've seen, at least so far. I really think it's a great pack. I actually prefer it to the Wave 1 collectors packs, which were the beach and picnic set. I just think I prefer the pets more in this pack. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, like always, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. I hope you all found it informative and liked seeing some of the new Wave 2 pets. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye guys!